Hello, my name is Erdem Topsakal. I'm the editor-in-chief of IEEE Antennas and Propagation Digital Communications, and welcome to another episode of President's Corner. We are here with Professor Gianluca Lazzi. He is the past president of our society. Welcome.
Thank you.
So my first question is about your involvement with IEEE APS community, starting with you being a student, student member, and then senior member, and following with fellow, and eventually becoming an AdCom member, and finally a president. And you served as a president for actually first served as an incoming president, and now you're the past president. So can you tell us about this whole story, how it began, and where you are right now?
Absolutely, and thank you then for giving me some time to talk to you and to our members. And I have had a very long association with the Antennas and Propagation Society, and actually, my association started in the early '90s. I was at University of Rome, La Sapienza, and I still remember to this day there was a special offer um, for a discounted student membership. There was a joint between the IEEE and the Association of Italian Electrical and Electronics Engineers in those days. And so I jumped at the opportunity. My advisor was Professor Bernardi in those days. He encouraged me and sponsored me. You had to add a sponsor at that time. And so I became student member then, and I've been a member since, of course. And for me, membership meant a lot. For me, membership meant getting to know people and getting to realize that this community is a community that really welcomes students. That's what I discovered in the early '90s. And not only welcome students, but also offer opportunities that otherwise I would never have had. I mean, it just there is not a single regret that I have about joining very early on the Antennas and Propagation Society of the IEEE, and the opportunities, the experience that I've had with the society have been just fantastic over the years. Different stage of careers, of course, started with the student, as you said, and then frequenting the society and going to the meeting and doing things like that. Um, Other things came up, right? So how do you really grow, right, in the society? And that's the kind of thing that and why would you want to grow in the society? Because actually you want to professionally explore your passions and things you're really passionate about. And one thing leads to the next. I became associate editor for one of our journals, and Tennis and Wireless Propagation Letters for me was just a dream. I couldn't believe that at that time someone like me could actually be part of the society, an active part of the society, contribute to things that our members were creating, right? And then I don't even know exactly how things happened. More opportunities came along, and so I became an editor-in-chief for the society. I was technical program chair for one of the symposium, and so on and so forth, until years go by and you realize that you've done a number of things with a number of great people. You get to work together collaboratively to an amazing group of fantastic individuals and professionals in our society, which for me is really invaluable. So growth comes organically, I would say. Stay true to your value, to your cores. Follow your passions, engage with people, and without even realizing it, you pass from student member to fellow. That's what I can say.
So basically, what you're saying is engagement is extremely important.
Absolutely.
And then just take it as it comes, and then you will be given more opportunities.
Yes.
To take on more responsibilities, and you can
That's
clearly.
exactly right.
Well, great. My second question is about your involvement as a president, as the past president. What initiatives have you created during your presidency? And then now, how you're basically seeing those things evolve and get to a certain level.
That's a great question, and the disclaimer here, when we say I really dislike using the word I, because it's really more of we. We as a community, not just through outcome, but to the entire membership, we're very in tune with what the membership desires, and so we're really trying to implement initiatives that we understand from our membership are very desired. So again, I like to use the word we. What did we do? I think I would like to divide this into three elements that for me have been, for us, instead of me, for us have been very, very important. And they divide in the categories of connecting with members, recognize our members, and engaging with our members. So the attempt is to touch all these three areas. In terms of connecting with our members, we realize that times are changing. There are multiple ways now to connect with our members, and that's where you come into the picture. So I take great pride on the fact that we really are serious about electronic communications. These are new ways to communicate with our members, and ways to actually have a two-way communications with our members, not just feeding our members things, but our members actually new ways also to communicate with us in a variety of electronic channels, and to learn from us and us learn from them. Recognizing it's another key element of really what we attempted to do. And in particular, we are very proud to have awarded last year the largest number of student awards at every level, right? So we're talking about undergraduate awards, graduate awards, awards for young professional, and actually further developing all the initiatives that the young professionals really should follow to stay and remain engaged with our society. And lastly is the engagement part. How do we engage our members? And one thing that we really felt strongly about is that we need to really strengthen our presence at the local levels. So that's where the chapters activity came in. We always have been a very strong community in terms of chapters, antennas and propagation, but also joint. But we realized that really we need to stay in touch with our members at the local level. So it's not just a global organization, but actually we are on the ground, I like to say. And we're on the ground. The ground is really being with the members in the organization of all our members, and in particular student members. So we had a record number of chapters, local chapters that have been developed in the past year. So I'm very, very proud of all of that.
Great. Well, just for full disclosure, Dr. Lazzi actually recruited me for this position. So all these videos are coming to you because of his initiative of, with the digital communications and, hiring, a director of digital communications and all that, making all this possible. And thank you so much.
Thank you for doing it.
I'm sure all the students and faculty and everyone around the world are happy as well, seeing all these videos. And my last question, you touched on it a little bit, but, with saying that, we want everybody to be involved, but what advice would you give to the students right now in colleges, undergraduate students who are interested in the area of antennas and propagation, young professionals again, we have a young professionals very active group, and also maybe, studying faculty members and whatnot, because you've been in the academia for so many years.
Absolutely. Stay engaged, follow your passion, and really believe in the fact that everyone in the society, and it's incredibly approachable. This was the thing that as soon as I discovered that, really changed my life. There is this, when I was a student member, there is this sense perhaps that the leaders in the society as some sort of separate groups that sometimes you wouldn't feel comfortable. I wasn't feeling comfortable going and approaching them until I realized that it was absolutely not true. The very first person actually I approached when I was at the conference was Professor Uslengi. Many of you know him, who ultimately was the person that offered me the opportunity to serve as an associate editor for antennas and wireless propagation letters, which really started a lot of my career. So engage, the members of the society, ask for advice. Um, Find mentors. Mentors can be not just your, of course, doctoral advisor if you're doing a doctorate degree, or undergraduate advisor if you're still earlier in your studies, but also professional mentors you'll find here at the conference. You'll find that people are incredibly happy to help, and we all want to give back. We were helped when we were younger, and uh, we're really encouraged by what's coming up from our student members now. And please reach out. Please uh, do contact us in any way or form. Volunteer. I think this is very rewarding to be able to give part of your time back, and help in general the society grow. Again, follow your passion. I said that before, and I keep saying that now. It's incredibly important that that you identify something that really resonates with you, and try to better yourself in those passions. Try to advance the field in a certain area. Um, you'll have to make some choices. Some will be better than others, of course, like it happens to everyone. Don't be frightened by choices. We all stumble, and across your career you stumble on several very critical time in your life where you have to make choices, right? Which program do I join as doctoral degrees? What company or university I'm gonna join now that I finished? Is this the right research path, or this other research path is better? We all face that. And the good news is that um, my experience is that, again, if you stay true to your values and you try to dig really deep in what you like to do, you will find your way. You will find your way. You'll be happy, and I trust you'll be successful. So that's my best wish for all of our students and young professionals.
Well, I couldn't agree more. Great advice. Well, thank you so much for the interview, and we wish you the best for the rest of your past presidency.
Thank you.
And that wraps up our interview. So we have heard great things from Professor Lazzi. Be involved, and don't afraid to ask questions. We are here for you. All of us. We are one big family. Uh, Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, be happy, be healthy.